Hey Catherine, sorry it took me a minute to get you your video. Here we go with the Marshall Tucker Band thing. But first and foremost, the more time you can spend getting yourself squared away to play, including all the starting position concepts we talked about, where to hold how to hold the instrument and so forth, it'll actually be a time saver. But this is more our right hand component to the lesson, and then our left hand component will be in the other when we get into bar chords. Nonetheless, here's our Marshall Tucker song, and we're doing stuff in little teeny sections, right? Finishing as we go. You don't have to play in rhythm at first. So we go. What was it again? Yeah. There's part one. Stop and work on that. Now, without playing part one, part two goes. What was that? Sorry. Actually, be much more efficient right now than I was in the lesson. So it pauses for me. Right. Here we are. Section, and then we actually catch up on the end of that. It's like that's our timing. So just work on that transition from part 2 to part 3. You're going like that part, and then when you get to there, it's we talked about how that might be a hybrid picked, where you're using your pick and the other two fingers to do it. And that while we're at it, the whole song can be played finger style, but let's start with it flat picked. So there we are. We had our figure out the next couple licks. Bar chords wise, most important thing, getting your guitar squared away correctly, like we talked about during the lesson, realizing that X% of stuff happens out in front of the instrument in classical thumb position, and that a way we can do that is by putting all 4 of our fingers on the bass string, such that none of them feel like a reach, not with our palm still touching the instrument, and your thumb's going to be we're literally dead center, rather. So wrestle with that a little bit, and just let go of wanting your palm to touch. Pretend the entire task is I'm going to point at 4 dots, and then we'll start worrying about what we're doing from there. What we're doing from there is being a human capo, where we use not just 1 and 2 knuckles, like we often are on the instrument, but our knuckle that's 1 up from our palm. Playing these bar chord shapes, human capo, E, so this is a G, or a G minor chord, where you have to push down really hard for that one. Just be sure you're getting flat. Not then any of this stuff that happens, it becomes more difficult to do, and then it becomes impossible. So try not to start with your regular technique and then wrestle with it, but just do the I'm way out here. Get into position without worrying about pushing down, and then push down in that position without changing what the rest of your arm's doing. And then as far as our A bar chord shapes go, minor is easy. I'm playing the chord C minor right now. And then we have that. You just have to flop your ring finger down. We're definitely still in classical position there. It seemed like this one majorly wanted you to do all kinds of other things. So, and we're just trying to get note, 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 note. We don't care about the first string so much at the moment. During the lesson you asked, can I fret the 6th string too? You can, and it'll sound fine. But this is just a situation where, when we're playing a C chord or B minor or whatever, we're just trying to strum from the 5th string down, So another thing you can do is just barely make contact with that string with your index finger tip. which is a pretty natural thing to do. You just move a smidge and then that's muted, so that's 2 ways to handle that. And I believe that's what we went over. Hopefully this video will render and I will send it to you with no further ado. So, yes, I want to save everything ever. Let's save it. Okay. This is all happening, girl. Okay, go team. I'll see you soon. Be safe. Take care. I think you're traveling or something. Enjoy.